we may see some cheese coming out from SGS going in the early game 5-man stack in the Death Rush. But as I was saying, what I've read or what I've heard is that they might want to go for the Ruby Crystal start, right? Get the health regen Quints, and it gives you that flat amount of HP from Ruby Crystal 150, if I believe.
Yeah.
And 8.1 health regen. Ooh. So Doran Shield now gives you about a 100-ish, 150, 160 health as well, but only about 3 HP regen. Right. So it's kind of the better version of the Dorans.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny because usually if you take the Gold Mastery, you'll be able to pick up a ward as well as a health potion.
Ah, you're right. You are right.
So this is a little bit different. He decides to go for the Biscuiteer. He kind of
went no, he hooked already.
Yeah, he hooked already.
Oh no, but he still has it, you know, it's off cooldown now. He can still pull off that cheeky grab if he wants.
Yeah, he has the Trinket ward there.
The thing though about this early Ruby Crystal, as you talked about, is that they can rush the Sightstone as well.
Exactly, hence you try to get that health regen Quint and allows you that survivability in the lane. TG really wants to mess up D-Dan's red buff game. He gets the pull and then walks away. So they know nothing much happening.
A little sad, but not too much of a setback right there.
That actually showed that yeah, there's no lane swap basically.
No lane swap. Little information gained right there. BenW should be looking to put on quite a bit of pressure onto Trundle early on before the scaling kicks in. On the side of Yux though, I really do like this matchup because you can steal the AD from Trundle with the Chomp, and that means that all his spells do less damage, so it's kind of fun to watch that interaction.
Yeah, that's right. The Chomp will be able to kind of, like you said, steal away some of the... Ooh! TG now has no more mana to pull.
To basically means you lose all the zone potential that you can have, and that's a good job by him. You know, you might criticize, well, he didn't even lose any HP. Chugging that biscuit down so quickly is, you know, stupid, but he needs that.
Oh, there it is! Initiation coming in, but a great relentless pursuit will be able to dodge that. Zenith Blade out, the chompers will not connect. So
yeah, so right there, that's the damage that the level 2 can inflict. Oh wow, Canute here. Deep in the enemy jungle is spotted out by that ward though.
Yeah, we will see the rotation coming from D-Dan. He does actually succeed with the counter jungle. He will burn the flash and then the stun coming in. Chowie will body slam. No, he does not body slam over. And D-Dan here actually dealing a whole bunch of damage. Buff transfer. If he goes to Chowie, that will be a huge success for SGS. He actually gets into the ward. Where is he going? Is he gonna recall right there?
Wow, if he mind games D-Dan into recalling and then just dies right now, he's gonna die right now.
Oh my god! He needs to walk away from that one.
Why now?
Yeah, no! There we go! First blood for D-Dan!
Why did he wait so long? Oh no!
That was hilarious to say the least.
That was. What a great way to end off, you know, the group stages. We're seeing tons of great stuff today.
Yeah, that was... I don't know what that was, but that was first blood for SGS. That I definitely know. D-Dan gets a refresh on both the blue and red buff. Canute there. What was he doing?
Well, technically he is a blind mouse, so he couldn't really see which way D-Dan was going.
Technically.
Waited on the timer just a little too long, probably hesitated a bit too much. Mid lane trading damage back and forth. Chowie spamming laugh a bit. Can see SGS has a good spirits after that little a little mishap by Canute in the jungle of SGS right there. As it stands, however, CS scores are pretty close. Likewise for really the only difference, is the Jinx and Lucian lane getting pushed in a little bit on the side of SGS. Oh, the dive!
That's right, the dive onto Yux. easily D-Dan takes him down. Ben W takes a few to make turret shot. Will go down to Ignite as well as the turret. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade in the top lane. Nevertheless, D-Dan still keeps his buffs and will be happy to push that turret down early. So what we have here is SGS taking a 2-for-1 kill advantage. And of course, getting that early gold lead in terms of about 700 gold or so.
Yeah. So even though Ben W fell, you know, down in that 2v1 right there, it's good to see that, you know, you criticized D-Dan for his movements before, but the fact of the matter is a lot of Pantheons think that, oh, level 6, level 6, level 6, get that as quick as possible, but they have the tower diving potential as well. And the layered CC on top of Ruthless Predator as well as the stun from the Aegis Azonia means that that was a very easy kill, and it's good for them to identify that as early as, you know, pre-6, Pantheon can be a huge asset to their team. Really well done by SGS.
Yeah, and speaking about which, it gives D-Dan the 2 kills, but also makes me wonder, like, why didn't he use the Aegis of Zero?
Yeah, why didn't he tank the tower?
Yeah, why didn't he tank the tower? Could have easily got the 2 hits there, but nevertheless, he did get the kill. A kill is a kill, not to say the least, and SGS here now taking those early lane advantages. Renekton going back, Ben W picking up that giant spell.
Yeah, and we see now D-Dan doing a good job with those 2 kills. He knows that he's in the position to really serve as the carry in this early game, being able to hit those items a lot faster than his counterpart. We see Lee Sin not being able to pick up really any items besides the Spirit
Chowie
Stone.
eats a huge bunch of bursts onto Chalk, and he will get hit by the tether here. Not much damage all together. D-Dan will be visiting the mid lane. Chowie just clears the wave and will force Chalk to make the long way around.
Yeah, that was just Chalk hitting level 6 before Chowie right there. So good job by him to chunk him down. But likewise, good move by D-Dan, being in the position knowing that Chalk with the lane pushing would hit level 6 first. Unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize on the aggression of Chalk. But the fact of the matter is that Chowie has not been able to, you know, gain much of a CS lead that he might have been able to by perhaps shoving in a little harder.
There we go. A little bit more harass onto Chowie. Chalk is level 6. Chowie now has finally hit level 6. Chalk needs to be extremely careful. Gets the explosive cast into the body slam. Is he hitting the right target? Yes, it is. Ignite was not to take away. He misses the barrel roll. But he didn't need the flash there because the Ignite would have taken him down. We may see a rotation because actually we will not see a rotation, but Knut here will need to pick up his blue buff and take that away from his own mid laner in case of that counter jungling presence from D-Dan. But
so
that was a bit sloppy there.
Lots of funny plays going on in this game already. Chowie throwing his present a little short right there. And then having the as you mentioned,
burning the flash
didn't
and
even
the
need
body.
the flash.
Yeah, exactly. Kill's a kill. Nevertheless, he gets out alive.
Let's leave it at that. Chowie gets the kill.
Yeah.
So long story short, Chowie gets the kill.
That's right. So you talked about the bot lane advantage that Cryonics has.
Yeah.
He is 12 CS up. I need. Whoa! Rocket grab nearly lands on the Hallelujah. Once again, in the mid lane, a little bit of back and forth. Like I said, need to point out the 7 CS on Hallelujah is translated to the 72 CS, assuming that they are all the runic shield procs.
You're right.
Ben W. This is our third Renekton tonight.
Yeah, Renekton.
Finally, we see what Renekton's supposed to be doing in the lane.
You are right.
He's the lane bully that we all expect him to be. Ben W here, living up to Renekton's name.
So interesting enough that Yux has been able to keep the CS so close despite going down as well from the early kill on him. Of course, he traded one back, so I believe that helped in terms of the items. But as you can see, he's not opting to go for, say, an early chain vest. He's just going for the sustain because he knows he can steal the stats on the side of Ben W. SGS noticing that this build of his that he's chosen is really lacking in defense, should be able to make the dive. Good rotation by Knut right here to cover his ally though.
Yeah, they will know this, and the counter guy actually comes in Will we see Kano actually respond to this one? Yux actually pops the subjugate, and now it's gonna be a fight in the top lane. Kano actually chases on the D-Dan. Yux actually gets a kill. Buff transfer is complete. Ben W here actually not enough damage to take down either Yux or Knut. And it's gonna be a victory, I would say, to Manila Eagles in the top lane.
Yeah, best baits by the Troll King right there. Subjugate steals back.
Whoa, Chow takes a whole bunch of damage, gets the knockback. Will Chowie actually get the right one? We know which one it is because of a thorough change. This time the present doesn't fall short. Chowie gets a solo kill in the ball lane though. Crying's manages to flash away, but the Ignite will take him down. Hallelujah gets taken extremely low as well. He needs to run away from this one. Will he get away? That's the question. The Grand Skyfall comes in. Will he go down the turnaround? But Hallelujah still survives. Hate will go down as well. Double kill for D-Dan.
No way! What was that?
That's how you use the Grand Skyfall. Great counter initiation.
Wow.
Allow D-Dan to pick up the 2 kills in the bot lane. Chronix did go down, but Hallelujah still survived. This will open Dragon up for SGS. What a game.
Hallelujah right there with the amazing stall. Getting the Eclipse down just before a lot of the cooldowns came back up. Amazing play by him right there to stall long enough. And then the Grand Skyfall from D-Dan. Catching them, especially after the flash was used on the side of Hate on Lucian. Fantastic play right there. Alright,
let's take a look at the replay coming in here. What just happened in the bot lane?
Okay, so we see right now that Chronix goes very low from a duo, and then TG is gonna pop him with the Ignite right about here. Okay, so he's ignited. He's gonna die from that. Knock up on Hallelujah, so Eclipse is down at this point in time. So he's just gonna walk it out. You know what? I feel that he should turn right now, but he's like probably screaming at D-Dan, get in here right now. This Eclipse right here tanks up so much of the damage, and then D-Dan just comes in for the cleanup. Fantastic play.
Yeah, that's right. Hate was actually tanking a few of them ranged minions as well, so that actually helped him, or at least helped SGS peel him down a little bit in terms of health. So Chronix had to question his positioning there. Hallelujah tried to go in for the save, went in for the flash stun, had to walk away. D-Dan actually died in the top lane in the early gang. Had enough time to revive, walk up the lane, and was in range for the Grand Skyfall. Communicated perfectly between these two players. Hallelujah and D-Dan synergy for the win.
Exactly. So great job by SGS using the Grand Skyfall really as early as level 6 right there. So the earlier you can use that ultimate and then get it on cooldown, having an impact means that the enemy has to keep track of that timer over and over again. So great job by them. Chowie in the mid lane we have to talk about as well. 2-0 up now, and he has put on that shove that we should expect against LeBlanc, keeping her at her tower.
Very cool what he decided to do here. He knows he has the blue buff, doesn't need the Ateen's Unholy Grail, decides to pick up the needlessly large rod instead after that kill.
Yes.
Very smart play, will allow him to constantly bully Chalk out of lane, and this is what you want to do against the LeBlanc. Prevent the LeBlanc roam and get the Gragas to snowball. If the Gragas has damage, has the wave clear, you can put the pressure onto the turret, and Chalk will be sitting in the mid lane for at least the next 5 minutes or so.
Yes, so big problem for Knut right now is that he effectively has no lane to gank where he can get a kill off due to the lane advantages that SGS members have been able to pick up. He's basically playing...
Subjugate comes out from Yux, and then a Frozen Pillar comes out. Will there be a turret dive? Yux decides against it because he knows that Ben W still has his dominance ultimate up. D-Dan now pulling some counter jungling shenanigans. TG onto the side will be flanking the blue buff. We see Canuck come in as well. If the fight breaks out, it's going to be a 4v4 fight. Let's see if it does. Harley goes in, the Grand Skyfall comes in.
Oh, he gets grabbed
and there we go. Wow, what so much damage coming from Chalk right now. And we do see the explosive cast will not Chalk away from that one. Harley takes a little bit too much damage. They should turn their focus onto Chowie. Chowie will flash TG. Should have his rocket grad up quite shortly. And there we go. A nice solar eclipse, a nice kickback. Chowie will go down. TG is still surviving that one. Hallelujah will get picked up.
Oh,
the culling allows Hate to get a double kill. Very pinpoint initiation there from the Manila Eagles. They had the vision onto the Grand Skyfall, got the rocket grab out, and what was that? I mean, like, we have to find out now because we will be going to replay. Take me through this one, Flavor.
So, D-Dan decides to use his Grand Skyfall in full view of the enemy team, gets grabbed out of it, which means that SGS is basically saying, or playing catch-up right here. They have to try and save their teammate.
Yeah, and Chronix wasn't even in range.
Kind of an awkward out by Chowie right there. I think he expected to do more damage than what he realized he was actually going to output. Basically gets chalked to safety. Now they collapse on Chowie.
Super Mega Death Rocket will miss
Super Mega
as well.
Death Rocket misses, and this is just the re-engage by MLE right here.
Yeah, look at this. What happened here? Nice kickback coming in, and Chowie just will go down. The culling will be able to pick up the kill onto Hallelujah as well. TG getting that safeguard. Chalk goes in just for some of the kills to kill.
That was basically a panic battle for SGS.
That's right.
The moment D-Dan got caught, they were wondering, or they were basically thrown off their game.
Yeah.
Right there. We saw the Super Mega Death Rocket miss. Basically, Chronix wasn't even in that fight. And then Chowie, with his awkward ultimate on Chalk. And then the awkward...
Oh, he does get exposed to cast, but get knocked down by the Ethereal Change. The second follow-up from that one will miss. He gets the distortion in a nice kickback. Canuck gets the counter gang. Chalk here really lucky to survive that one.
So, excuse me, wow, so many things going on right now. Chalk, being able to go.
Grand Skyfall comes in, it will miss, but he will flash, get the stun, get the kill with the auto attack, with the help of Hallelujah. Great solo play.
Okay, so abusing the Mimic window right there, knowing that Chalk can just use his Mimic chains, D-Dan makes the aggressive call along with Hallelujah to secure that kill. So once again, that chemistry you were talking about.
I'm extremely happy about how D-Dan is using his Grand Skyfall.
Yeah.
Outside of the one from the last team fight.
Yeah, that one.
Big. All in all, I think D-Dan has really I'm starting to understand the champion. Yuke goes out to Ben W. Ben W has the dominance. Yuke will start to dive this one. Ben W would have Ruthless Predator up, so it's very good for Yuke. So actually just disengage from that fight. We do see Canuck, however, making the rotation up into the top lane, and they will go for a tower dive as soon as they can.
Timing right here because the dominance is gonna fade off, but NW.
There we go. We see the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike combination. Nice slice and dice to get out of the way. Flashes back into the turret range. Yukes cannot take any more turret damage. No rotations coming from SGS. MLE picks up a clean kill in the top lane.
Yeah, so right there, MLE doing a good job. Yukes especially. Oh,
there we go. TG playing a little bit too over aggressive, but Chalk is in the back line. D-Dan gets shocked like extremely low. Rocket grab onto Hallelujah. Gets a thorough chase out as well. Crowd is taking out extremely low. Flash as well as auto attack will allow H to pick up the kill. Hallelujah should go down as well. Chalk is doing a whole bunch of damage. Double kill for H.
Wow, right there. TG with the mega baits coming in right there. Gets all their cooldowns, including the chompers. And then Chalk just comes in with tons of damage. Great job by MLE turning that one around. Chowie is not going to be able to reach this dragon in time. He should be careful. There are 4 members of MLE around. So not only does... Oh, well, minions in the mid lane do take down the tower, but MLE with the great counter gang or baits I should say, and then the Dragon to follow, playing the objective game rather well.
MLE is now about 2.3k gold ahead.
Yeah.
We see Yuke's already completed his Blade ranking. We see Canute also having that cycle on top of the Spirit Lizard Elder. We will see Chop possibly go in for a Deathfire Grass. Does have that chalice to prevent some of the burst damage coming out. So Chowie and Chop building very similar items coming into this game. Of course, the AD carries. Hate being so far ahead, having 4 kills on top of Cryonics, picks up the last Whisper as his second item.
This is actually a really big issue for SGS that Hate has gotten all those kills, because while Cryonics was winning in terms of CS, that meant that in duos and face-to-face, before those 4 kills went over, Cryonics was doing fantastically. Now those 4 kills on Hate,
Grand Skyfall coming in. It's not gonna land onto anybody. Chowie is actually making a rotation as well. Yields will definitely go down for this one. Chowie picks up the kill with the explosive cast. Once again, that zone from the Grand Skyfall, as well as the use of it and the rotation from Chowie, allows SGS to stay relevant in this game. However, we do see a 3-man push in the bot lane.
Really got to give credit for using D-Dan, credit for using his ultimate every time it's off cooldown to great impact, except for that one where he got grabbed. MLE though, knowing that the pressure is on in their top lane, decide to take this bottom lane, so they will get 1 tower back. Tower score currently 2-1 in SGS's favor. However, they are down about 1.5k gold.
That's right. So Dragon is down, so that's not a global objective that MLE can take. They did manage to secure it a few minutes ago, but nevertheless, MLE, once again, putting on a show for us, I would say.
Yes,
they are at the bottom of the table.
The bottom of the tables today that have been putting on these great, great fights.
The question is now, can SGS pull off a TPS? It seems that MLE will be keeping this goal lead, but can SGS react correctly to it? So TG makes the flank, he will not be able to get any of those rocket grabs coming in. And MLE really wants to go for this mid lane turret. There's going to be a 4-man sack in the mid lane. They will try to flank out Chowie. TG here trying to run as fast as possible with his rusty blitzcrank. So he's not going to get it. Picks up the boot of mobility, so that's going to give him additional move speed, at least some additional move speed on top of his overdrive. So all in all, he gets that steal on the rip buff as well. So Canute here going to be quite happy to steal that one away as well.
Yeah, so MLE right now making the correct moves in the sense that they know the Grand Skyfall is down, so they can really push in very, very deep to get those wards. We see the bottom side of SGS jungle.
Oh, D-Dan here in a very dangerous position, gets the knockup by TG.
What?
He will miss the rocket grab. Nice sidestep by D-Dan, but the amount of damage coming out from Hate. Hate is now unstoppable. Chowie wanted to save his teammate there, but to no avail. Hate dealing a whole bunch of damage with the Bloodthirster and the Last Whisper combination.
Yeah, so this is the counterplay to Grand Skyfall. The moment it's down, you go and get in tons of deep wards into the enemy jungle because that's the safest time to do it. And with their team, LeBlanc, Lee Sin, Blitzcrank, picks, and you need the deep wards for that. This is the perfect window to do that when the Grand Skyfall is down. Great job by MLE reading the map and the timing really of certain skills, getting a ton of damage on the mid lane tower as well.
SGS does not respond to this mid lane 4-man push. MLE will easily take that one down. TG quite happy to tank up some of the turret shots. SGS Ben W, however, will pick up the final outer turret of the game for SGS.
Right. Now that chain of events still leaves MLE at the top of the gold lead by slightly 1.2k now, so they're maintaining it. And we have to point out that they haven't got the last outer turret, so that's money in the bank for them.
That's right. SGS, however, does prevent some of the gold bleed, and Cryonics actually getting. Oh, hallelujah! Will get hooked in. He will most definitely go down. The thorough change will be able to be the one that picks up the kill onto Hallelujah. Setting up those picks, TG has been doing an exceptional job with the wards, as you see.
MLE is playing this pick composition, you know, fantastically. It seemed like they wanted to play a patient game, but they know certain windows where they can really just abuse the fact that they got down so much vision early on. Yikes. So again, another ultimate by Chowie that was unfortunately not as effective as he wanted it to be. We see he has completed the death cap now, meaning that he is an item ahead of Chalk. But Chalk, being very aggressive with his spell rotations, has been, you know, following up on those picks very, very effectively.
Yeah, SGS now really needs to get some of the vision back in their favor. A lot of the wards for the side of MLE have already expired. This early sidestone pickup by both Canuck as well as TG has been helping and aiding in the picks coming in from MLE. So SGS now just needs to play a little bit safely. The moment they see where MLE is, they can go in for initiate with the Grand Skyfall as well as the explosive cast. And Cryonics needs to work on his positioning a bit. In lane, we saw him play a little bit too far up. But nevertheless, Hallelujah here getting 35 CS on himself. Yeah, that would really kind of allow him to scale quite, or at least faster into the late game.
Yeah, problem for them. You know, we talked about how none of them really mind creating picks where they just pick up one person away from the other four. I mean, just look at this. TG and Chalk going into the enemy jungle again.
Yeah, so quite interesting. SGS now, actually, I believe they had the Dragon Timer, but they will send Cryonics as well as Hallelujah up in the top lane, and
as well as D-Dan.
Yeah, if MLE decides to go for the Dragon, which will be respawning in about 4 seconds, SGS will definitely get an inner turret out of that one.
Yeah, so very interesting movement right there. I think D-Dan maybe let the timer slip through his fingers a little bit because he backed from a very awkward position in top lane where he was just way too far. He's not even going to be positioned to Grand Skyfall.
Chalk goes in, gets a huge push of damage, then the Grand Skyfall will be cancelled actually. Dragon being picked up by MLE. No kills so far.
Uh-oh,
SGS
so really has to tune those stopwatches a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. TG gets the flash. Will not be able to get onto Chowie. Hallelujah. Gets on fire. Great. Pillar. But BenW as well as D-Dan is coming in. Cryonics actually gets zoned out. He needs to take the long way around. So SGS knowing this, they decide not to fight. If he gets a hook onto BenW, oh, that was so close. This is quite scary. Now SGS is being forced to actually run away from this pick composition from MLE. They need to. Oh, the Grand Skyfall comes in. Hate here may be able to. Actually, he does manage to dodge that one. Chalk actually gets away from the stun by D-Dan. The culling comes out, and now SGS needs to run away. BenW taking an extremely low burst damage from Chalk. There we have the explosive cast coming out. Yokes will flash away from the solar flare. Canuck actually tanks up a lot of damage, gets ignited. Chalk actually going in with a lot of the poke. D-Dan actually gets grabbed in as well. He will flash away from that one. It's gonna be a 1-for-0 exchange in favor of MLE, and they are still continuing. They really want Chowie to go down for this one. Hallelujah actually stops a lot of the damage coming out from Hate as well as Yoke, but nevertheless, MLE picks up their first inner turret of the game.
Wow. MLE playing extremely aggressive right there. I thought they were just going to go for the tower, but they get a lot of flashers and summoners as well. So SGS, I think, was caught off guard a little bit by that. They thought, okay, we've dropped a little bit low. MLE should just focus the tower. MLE forces the issue, gets a lot more than just the tower right there. Tons of flashes right there. We see it down for everybody on the side of SGS, except Cryonics.
That's right. They took the Dragon rotation to the mid lane, picked up a kill onto, I believe, Ben W, and then following which they just push down the mid lane in a turret. So this gives them that gold advantage. The pause coming in, now the gold in MLE's favor at about 4,000 gold.
Yeah.
So run down the items coming into this game, because I feel that with this 4,000 gold, by the time they go to shop, which I believe they haven't done so just yet, outside of Hate, picking up the Phage as well as the Sheen, what the power spike is coming from MLE now?
Okay, so power spikes on MLE, very clearly we can see Trondo now is really coming into his own strength. Blade of the Rune King on top of Randuin's means that he will be dealing tons of percentage damage with his ultimate and the Blade of the Rune King passive and active, and be able to tank up so much damage. So he's doing great. Renekton is going to scale down because of the fact he can't match that damage output. Then on the side of, you know, Chowie versus Chalk, Chowie definitely has similar items, but the way Chalk is using his rotations have just been a bit better than Chowie. Chowie has really been doing panic ultimates. My team is out of position, I have to blow away the enemy team. And a lot of times, it's still too late. We saw Chalk take down, you know, Ben W with just those...
Oh! Great rocket grab! Will do it!
Oh,
Yes, he does!
it.
He gets the steal! TG here gets the blue buff for himself and denies that one away from Chowie.
Wow, TG, like a boss.
Wow, so what's happening? You kind of covered the mid lane, the jungle, as well as the top lane. What's happening in the bot lane now?
Yeah, bot lane is looking real ugly. Hate has not only his Bloodthirst and his Last Whisper, he is going to be finishing that Triforce very quickly. We saw he didn't have to use his flash at all in the last fight, just with the mobility and positioning he had on Lucian. Once he gets that Triforce, it's going to be even harder for SGS to deal with him. And the 5 kills just means that he's way ahead of any lead that Chironix had in the lane.
Yeah, he's gonna take a barrel to the face, but like you said, he's dealing so much damage right now.
Back up. He is a huge problem. Trondo's a huge problem. Chalk is a huge problem. On the side of SGS, yes, Ben W is tanky, but he's not going to be as scary as Trondo in your face. Yes, Chowie is scary as well, but he's really got to watch those ultimates. If he can bring Hate in, that would be ideal. Whoa!
Ooh, really scary rocket grab as well as Sonic Wave coming out. Hate there will be in charge of the split push, but against a Gragas with a Death Cap as well as the Teen's Unholy Grail, despite losing the blue buff, Chowie should be able to do some very good wave here. Oh, he gets the one hooked in now, but D-Day comes in the Grand Skyfall. First one to go down is going to be Chowie. Chalk should be joining the fight soon as well. He is there. Hate is now dominating, takes out D-Day as well. Cryonics is there. They do manage to get the rocket grab really close. They do manage to defend this outer turret though, but it's still going to be a 4-man siege coming from Manila Eagles. Hallelujah has already used the solar flare. He is still a threat to come in, especially since he does have it. But as well mentioned, it's popped and Hallelujah here. Whoa, nice flash coming out from Cryonics. Hallelujah is now caught between 4 members of MLE. He's going to go down as well. SGS is in quite some trouble now, I would say.
So, the fact of the matter is that Chironix on Jinx without any escape mechanisms of her own, TG as well as the rest of MLE really making him pay for that. They just speed themselves up, force the flash, and this is great. We'll see a replay of that fight. Didn't look too good on the side of SGS when Chowie gets grabbed.
Yeah, that's right. Chowie will get grabbed.
So Chowie gets grabbed right here, Grand Skyfall coming in, and this is just again a panic fight for SGS because of their positioning. Look at Hate's positioning right here. Untouched into the back. D-Dan is afraid to even go and try and stop that damage that's coming out. They do get Canoe, but it doesn't matter because the damage is all on Hate. You know, so Hate very happy back here. Great job by him to just position so fantastically. Again, didn't even have to use his flash.
No, every time D-Dan goes in, he's just gonna get focused down immediately. The Grand Skyfall did do quite a bit of magic damage since it caught up about 5 members. But Chalk here actually dealing a whole bunch of damage. Chowie's gonna get caught out. He gets get a kickback as well as the resonating strike coming in. Chowie actually takes Chalk down to quite low, but is not gonna be a kill for Chowie.
Yikes.
He goes out instead.
Yeah,
He was way too far up
Whoa,
from that one.
okay.
The Super Mega Death Rocket nearly landing on the Chalk. That was a good attempt by Hallelujah, but nevertheless, Hate is now 7-1 and 5. Picks up the Trinity Force now, and this is going to be quite scary. D-Dan now actually fancying his chances with TG.
TG don't care.
Yeah.
TG's been a real boss this game. Really, you know, seriously just forcing the issue, right? We don't always see Blitzcranks going in so hard even after a missed hook. But he knows that even with just a knockup from the Rocket Punch, it's so much power that can come with the rest of the follow-up. Lee Sin, LeBlanc, the mobility of Lucian, Frozen Domain from Yux. It's just nice to see MLE playing the composition to such perfection, and they're getting the kills for that.
Oh, Ben W in a little bit of trouble. Will manage to slice and dice his way out of that one, and now the bot lane, sorry.
Look at TG, he doesn't care. He wants the zone. Wow. So, TG basically just zoned, you know, tier 2 defense all on his own.
That's right.
Great job by him right there.
And these inner turrets are some of the hardest turrets to get, and having a Blitzcrank on our team will actually add that additional pressure for SGS to actually walk
it
in a
shows
line.
Wolf also the mental state of SGS right now,
right.
that one Blitzcrank is able to scare 3 of them away. Like, they weren't even able to get any damage on him. They didn't want to be close because they know what happens if one of them gets grabbed. Talisman into tons of follow-up from the rest of MLE.
Yeah, Hallelujah here onto the pink ward clearing duty. They will spot out MLE coming in to try to get a pick though. But SGS here is going to be quite worrying because if they lose this one, like I said, and Flash Wolf actually beat SF5,
Yeah.
they're going to go down into 4th place. And the reason why you don't want to be there is because your opponent is going to be HQ.
Yeah.
The 4th place seed of the group will face the 1st seed.
Yes.
And it's just quite intimidating. Yes, HQ did finally drop a game to SAJ. Shows that the Titans, the Taiwanese Titans can be toppled. Can be toppled. But nevertheless, I think most teams would rather place 3rd seed.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yes.
SGS here effectively fighting for their lives. They don't want to get knocked out immediately. But up against MLE now, they seem to be on the back foot. They need to concentrate on this game. They need to recognize that MLE is now a threat. And they need to just turtle in. They have not lost any inhibitors just yet. No inhibitor turrets are down either, so no exposed inhibitors.
Yeah.
They need to prevent MLE from taking Baron. They need to prevent MLE from taking inhibitors. And they need just to wait it out because their late game damage coming out from Cryonics as well as the initiation coming from Hallelujah should be enough to actually kind of steamroll their way through.
The good news for SGS is that they do have a sufficient amount of wave clear with both Jinx as well as Chowie, as you mentioned. So Cryonics will definitely scale well into the late game. The question is now is how much of the issue is MLE gonna force? And as we can see, they are gonna go hard.
That's right, and they see Ben W down in the bot lane, and MLE, they basically get a green light for, whoa, rocket grab will miss, Grand Sky Falls coming in. They do turn, however, Hallelujah, actually Cryonics is the first one to go down. This is disastrous for SGS, and then we go D-Dan, despite having the base on the mountain, actually survives for a little while. Double kill for Hate though, and now we do see Canuck going to the back line, trying to get a kickback onto somebody. What was that that was going on? A triple kill though for Hate. Will he be able to get a pentakill coming up? He does manage to get the frozen domain out. Double kill now for Chowie. Actually a good turnaround here by SGS. This is going to be a 2v3 situation. I don't think Hate will be able to pick up his pentakill this game. Nevertheless, they want to force this. They have the damage. Hate takes a whole bunch of damage now. Chowie does not have his explosive cast. Yook's actually taking a lot of damage under the turret. The ignite, as well as that final attack from Ben W, should be able to actually close this one out. Hate as well as Canuck needs to get away from this one. Ben W is going for the chase. Gets the Super Mega Death Rocket comes in. Ben W needs to back away because Hate's doing a lot of damage now.
Yeah, so very messy engage from the side of
They do
SGS
prevent Baron though.
They prevent Baron, but again, Chironic's positioning was so strange. He was on the blue side, you know, by the blue buff, while the rest of his team was coming up from this channel we see right here that Ben W is moving through. MLE is just like, well, free drink skill, we'll take that any day. SGS, however, having delayed a lot of the members of MLE going back, are now going to go on the Baron, and if there's any way to get back into the game, it's to take Baron from the enemy team.
Yeah, this is it. Will MLE actually make it in time? Chronics is dealing a whole bunch of damage. Hallelujah is there as well. They're actually not getting any rocket grabs up. Canuck goes in. Will he get a steal? And it's very, very close. So, oh no, he's not able to jump in. There we go. Blue team gets Baron and SGS picks that one up. Hate though dealing a whole bunch of damage. Hallelujah is the first one to go down. SGS will need to disengage from this fight. All in all, it's gonna be a win for SGS. They only lose Hallelujah and put 4 members having the Baron buff. They should be able to go back in time. MLE really wants to get the flank onto them. Chronics might be in a little bit of trouble here. TG has the rocket grab. Chronics backstabs a bit. TG does not get a rocket grab, and they successfully pick up the Baron and prevent MLE from getting any additional objectives.
Wow, so right there, basically a chain of events from MLE that resulted in them over-chasing after getting a few kills. We saw some great base events from both Chowie and Ben W, but now MLE barreling down on this tower, they will get it.
Yeah, Ben W goes in, D-Dan has the Grand Skyfall, he will... He actually gets exploded there in the middle. The Super Mega Death Rocket nearly picks up TG. Nevertheless, MLE picks up 1 kill in the form of Ben W on Renekton, as well as that inner turret. So now MLE still holding to that 9,000 gold lead despite SGS having the Baron buff.
Yeah, and importantly, that means that the front line of SGS, at least in the form of Ben W, doesn't have that Baron buff anymore. SGS will have to be a little more careful in terms of the engage that they would like to have forced with at least 4 members of their team on Baron. The good news for them, good news is that Chowie has shown that if he can land some of his barrels, even the normal kind, he's able to chunk Hate down quite a bit, and Hate has itemized basically fully offensive. Probably that last item, taking away that Doran's Blade, will be a Banshee's Veil to deal with that. But at this point in time, especially with Chowie on Baron, it's good news for them. They should be trying to get some advantages with towers back here from the siege from Gragas, as well as possibly force an engage on a tower with the Leona Solar Flare.
It's gonna be a long day today, Flavors, because SGS still hanging in there. Can MLE close it out? They have taken down all the inner turrets already. All the tier 2 ones are down. They are now actually going to force, not force, but at least go on to Dragon, pick that one out for free, extending their gold lead to 10,000 gold now. And SGS just needs to play base defense a little bit. They need to reach a point where this gold difference doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning any team fights for now, at least, unless they get a good explosive cast. Once again, TG tries to pick up the red buff, realizes it's not there anymore.
Yeah, but just look at how willing MLE is to chase as well as catch members of SGS out of position. Twin Shadows picked up on the side of Blitzcrank means that if SGS ever steps a foot out of line, even a toe.
Oh, SGS is late in the rotation.
Right here, this rotation.
And there we go. The first one going down. D-Day goes in. No, he actually cancels the Grand Sky for MLE.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, that was really close rocket grab. Nearly land on the Cryonics. Chowie goes in explosive cast. Grand Skyfall now being used. It will get a whole bunch of damage onto TG as well as Duke. Canute actually gets zoned out. Tries to zone as many members as possible. Nice grab here. Cryonics actually managing to flash away but goes down to Yukes. Nevertheless, the ignite from TG will take him down. Chowie will fall after getting kicked out of his own base. Ben W and D-Dan are the only members alive. MLE, will they want to end the game now? They do manage to pick up the inhibitor for this one. Are they going to continue pushing in? They don't have any minions. Yukes can take up the Nexus turret. This is going to be very scary for SGS. Yukes, whoa! He's going to go down to the turret. Ben W managing to survive that one. Hate taking a little bit too much damage. Will the ignite take him down? No, Ben W makes it to the fountain in time. Nevertheless, they pick up the inhibitor. They did lose Yukes, but they pick up the Nexus turret as well. So, sacrifice TG for the inhibitor, sacrifice Yukes for the Nexus turret.
Yeah, that was very fortunate by both Ben W and D-Dan that they stayed alive, because I felt that Yukes was basically baiting them in, saying, come and get me, my team should be able to kill you, and if both of those members had fallen, easily MLE's game right there. However, D-Dan and Ben W able to tank out that damage just about right, plus the tower aggro switching to hate of all the members, meant that MLE had to get one tower and then back off because they were a little too low.
Yeah, let's see what happened.
Look at this positioning from Hate, getting down, calling on everybody. Hallelujah's like, guys, we have to stop him. Everybody's just like, nope, we don't want any of that. They try and get one kill somewhere.
DG goes down first.
But it doesn't matter.
That's right, Chowie actually gets zoned out as well by Hate Chalk as well as Canute, and he'll fall as well. That's just gonna be an easy. I mean, MLE, like you said, they love to force the issue.
Yes.
And the issue that they forced there was the bot lane.
Exactly.
Inhibitor turret. And SGS was so late to respond to that one.
Yeah.
They didn't have any vision. And kudos to MLE in recognizing that fact. They make that quick rotation to the lane in which SGS could respond the slowest.
Yes.
And they pick up 3 global objectives for that one.
So competitive League of Legends really is more than just getting a ton of kills, which there are this game, no doubt. But MLE really sensing or knowing that SGS was so far away from the bottom lane, 2 of the members who are in the mid or higher, you know, farther away.
Yeah, and that's the best inhibitors to get as well. I mean, they are extremely calm. They know that they are in a losing situation. And they really need to try to stop this super minion wave as well as stop this push here. They cannot give up the inhibitor now.
But you see, that's more panic also again. So I wonder really what's the kind of communication. And honestly, from our side here, it doesn't sound too good. It's rather quiet, and that doesn't bode well for a team that's behind. You really got to be talking, saying, what's the next step, guys? We're behind. We have to make a plan. And these band-aids that are being applied are no good. You can't just expend ultimates to clear minion waves. You've got to find a pick somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. Double Guardian Angels coming up from MLE. MLE goes in for the initiation. Yukes and Canute goes into the back line. We will see a great solar flare as well as a super mega death rocket come in. Ben W trying to zone out as many people as possible. Once again, D-Dan cancels his ultimate. MLE, however, will be forced to back away from this inhibitor turret for now. So good defense by SGS. MLE knows that they can't force the issue all too much as well, because if they die here, it is going to be Baron for SGS.
That was just a little probing by SGS to see, by MLE rather, to see how SGS would respond with the explosive.
D-Dan gets grabbed, and there we go, BetW in the backline, but D-Dan is the first one to go down. Chalk will miss his thorough chains, and now Hallelujah will get caught out by 5 members. It's the heal up onto himself as well as the flash away. Oh, we do see Chowie use that explosive barrel to actually get the snipe off Hallelujah in check, I would say. I expect them to bleed a little bit more based on that fight, but it's still sitting at about 14,000 gold or so.
The fact of the matter now, Wolf, of why it's so scary is that SGS has been using a lot of their skill combinations, which we would like to see better. You know, a pincer from D-Dan, a bit of a zone control into explosive cast, or the other way around. Either way, it's not been that way. It's very piecemeal. It's like a puzzle that has the pieces, but they're not putting them together correctly, and that could be the fact that they're so far behind in the goal lead as you feel. But that doesn't mean you don't put the puzzle together. It just means it might be a little more messy, it might not be as effective as you like, but you still have to try. And they're not doing that right now.
Okay, now that inhibitors respawn, they will need to respond to MLE's push here. So let's see if SGS managed to actually get anything out from this one, because being 15,000 gold behind now after the Dragon pickup by Manila Eagles is going to be very scary for SGS.
Yeah, a huge right here for Hate as well is that instead of picking up Banshee's Veil, he decides to go Guardian's Angel. So we could see him, you know, really looking to put that nail in the coffin, perhaps play a little more aggressively with his positioning, get some kills and just destroy.
Hate though has been exceptional with his positioning.
Yeah, he has.
There's nothing else I have to say, because the amount of damage he's able to output and the fact that he kind of stays in the back line, he just only goes in for the priority targets that he's within range. When D-Dan goes in, he wails on D-Dan. When BenW goes in, he wails onto BenW. So,
ooh, the good news is that Chironics has his Banshee's Veil, just as I say that it gets popped. So TG might be looking for one of his massive grabs right there. Oh, okay, nice dodge by D-Dan right there. We do see that SGS is able to, you know, clear these minion waves very quickly. Chalk goes in for some nice damage. Chironics reduced to half HP with the Baron buff. There's the speed up. Uh-oh.
Oh, Rocket Grab nearly misses, and now SGS turns for the fight. A nice explosive cast. Inhibitor will go out. TG actually still kept alive. They are all using their resources on that support. Chironics will be the first one to go down onto SGS, followed by Hallelujah. MLE seems to winning this game one after another. Chowie goes out. This should be the game for MLE. BenW is still alive, however, but they're completely ignoring him. They want to take out this Nexus. TG is somehow still alive. Finally gets taken out by BenW. MLE takes the game. SGS now has to hope that Flash Wolf will lose their game to SF5, because if Flash Wolf beats SF5, yeah, this will signal